Hello everybody, Matt3D10 Reviews here, and today we're reviewing the Galaxy S3 by Samsung. This is the T-Mobile edition of Marble White, just in case you're wondering, and before we start, I just want to thank everybody for all the subscription while I was gone, and for reviewing this video. I know there has to be millions of other videos online about the Galaxy S3, so thanks again for viewing this one. Basically, just look into a few things of this. First off, before I go anywhere, this screen is amazing. I know you hear this with everyone, but it truly is. It has an amazing viewing angle from any angle you think of. Wherever way you're viewing it, you could see it. It's incredible. There's no glare, nothing. I don't know what the hell that was, just opened up. Then we'll go into more of the screen later. First, let's go into some of the specifications of this phone. It weighs only 133 grams, which is really light, but still heavier than the iPhone, but it's also a lot larger, so it should be. The resolution is 720 by 1280 pixels, which is rivaled only by the iPhone, which I believe has 730 by 1300. I'm not sure. It is a 4.8 inch screen, which is huge. It's bigger than any other phone besides the Note, which is a monolithic 5.1 inch display, I believe, or a 5 inch. It's only 8.6 millimeters on the side, which is really small, and it has Gorilla Glass 2 as the type of glass on it, which is still pretty fragile, so do not drop it at all or anything like that. It has 1 gigabytes of RAM inside, which might sound like very little, but it's a lot for a phone. That's practically a computer, basically. An older computer is basically inside this thing. It comes in 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte, which is basically normal. It's the same as the iPhone. It's running on 4.1.2 Jelly Bean, which is only if you upgrade it. Right now it's on 4.1.1 Ice Cream Sandwich, but you could upgrade it whenever you choose to. It has a quad-core 1.4 gigahertz Cortex A9 chip inside it, which for those of you who don't know, which is practically everyone viewing this video, it is fast. There's no other way of putting it, but it's fast. Also, it comes in other colors than just white and pebble blue, which is the most popular. It also comes in amber brown, which is for certain carriers. I believe it's only a Verizon and Sprint. I'm not sure. Garnet red, which comes for AT&T. Sapphire black, which that name makes no sense at all. Sapphires aren't black, but I guess fuck it, they said. Titanium gray, which is the newer color, and La Fleur, which still not sure what that is. I looked it up and I couldn't find many pictures, but it's on their website as it comes in that color. A few other quick things. It has an 8 megapixel camera on the back and a 2 megapixel camera in the front, I believe. I know the back is 8 megapixels, which isn't much considering the Evo, I believe, has a 9 megapixel. Let's get into some of the features of this phone. It has tons of movement features. Just by giving an example of one, you're moving a icon, you just swivel the camera or the phone and it changes slide. You can do it slow. It's very hard to figure out how to use, but you'll eventually get the hang of it. One thing I love and just did for hours, this. Pinch the screen, move it back and forth, and it moves. It's so much fun. I think I spent like 45 minutes in study hall once doing that, which I now understand why people were looking at me weird. Anyway, a few other things is, let me get this camera back on its stand. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. It is incredibly customizable. Everything you see on this phone can and will be changed if you choose to. This is just a downloaded app. It doesn't come with the screen or with the phone. It's free though, just if any of you are wondering. I definitely recommend if you're getting this to get the Zedge app. It basically, turn the screen off. It gives you tons of wallpapers, ringtones, notifications, live wallpapers, games, everything you can download right off of that. Now getting into some of the colors. The colors of the screen, it had incredibly dark blacks and incredibly bright whites. Just look at this. Sorry about that, the card and the camera just filled up, so I had to delete a few things. Going back into the colors of the screen, I was just saying that the blacks are very dark and the whites are very bright. Just look at the black. When I lock the screen, it's the exact same color as when the screen's off. It doesn't change. That's how nice and dark the blacks are. It actually doesn't even let light into the room, which is great. I absolutely love that. The screen is very crisp, very clean. Like if you just go into calling, you guys might not be able to see this, but if you look at the buttons, they're shaded, they have beveled edges. It looks incredible. Very nice and smooth and clean. Lay this back down. I'm going to tell you some features of this phone. It has S-Voice, which is basically like, or S-Talk, which is basically like Siri. It also has built-in GPS, everything like that, and you know what, let me get my paper. Sorry about that. It also comes with Smart Stay eye tracking, which tracks where your eyes are, so it uses the little camera on the front to track where your eyes are, so it actually shuts off the screen if you look away for too long, and it will keep the screen on as long as you're looking at it, which is great for viewing videos. It has, let's see some other things. 50 gigabytes of storage on Dropbox, which means if you take a few pictures, drop your phone in water, you'll still have those pictures in the Dropbox website, as long as you have an account, which are free. It also has active noise cancellation with a dedicated microphone, which means just like what the iPhone has, or iPhone 5 has, where it has the microphone in the back for the iPhone 5, it's on either the top, I think, or the back. But it stops background noise from getting into your phone call, so you could talk, they hear you better on the other side, and you'll hear them better if they have the Samsung. Also has a built-on organizer, image video editor, document viewer, which means you can view Word documents, Excel documents, PowerPoints, PDFs, stuff like that. Built-in Google search, Maps, Gmail, YouTube calendar, all that built-in stuff that all phones have. MP3s, MP4s, just like everything else. And that's pretty much everything that's specific about this phone. It comes with also everything a normal smartphone has. One thing I do love about one of the features that this has, scroll this down, at least for T-Mobile it has, I'm not sure if it has it for all of them, but Reveiw, you're not able to see it very clearly on this camera, but it has how many minutes you use, messages, and data out of how many data you have, which is great if you don't have an unlimited data plan, which I don't, and I'm always going over. Now I'll actually know where I am. Oops, I accidentally opened the T-Mobile website. It says, like right here, says 187 out of unlimited for messaging, stuff like that. Oops. Alright, and now let's... the durability of this phone is pretty good, as I've seen. It has Gorilla Glass, but it does... the screen does crack pretty easily because it's so thin. I believe it's actually slightly less durable than the iPhone 5, which is really saying something. I have a case right here I'll be reviewing in a minute, but let's just finish up this phone. Let me give you an example of S-Voice. Let's see, just double click the home button. Go to Samsung.com.
Going to Samsung.com.
It's pretty cool. It has great voice recognition. It'll pick it up immediately. I've never had any problems with that. The only thing I don't like is it's not very personalizable, just like unlike Siri, which you could talk to Siri and she'll talk back. This one, it talks back for some of them and has some clever responses, but not many. Hit the camera. Going into some things about the phone, like let me show you the back here. To take off the back, you just put your finger right in the top of this clip right here. Just pull. It's a very fragile back, it feels, but it's still pretty sturdy. I've bent it pretty far without it like snapping or anything like that, or disforming. You can also get them really cheap online if you break them, which is nice. You break it, you can just get another one for like $1 in any color. Battery just pops right out. It's a pretty big battery, bigger than most other phones that I've had. It also runs on a micro SIM card, which if you're trading, instead of getting a new card, do what I did. I traded my HTC Amaze for this. And instead of going and buying a new SIM card, I wanted to use it that day, so I printed out a template, which I'll leave a link for in the description, and actually just cut out my normal SIM card. SIM cards can be cut, only that gold part is what gives a signal. The rest of them is just added plastic. So I cut it out because I wanted to use it. Just slide in, works fine. And also has up to 50 gigabytes of storage for these little things, the micro SD cards. I'm using a 14 gigabyte one right now, I believe. At least that's what I think that's in there. I don't know. This is from 3 phones ago. Just put this back on, just lay it on there. Line the cord, just pop it back in. One thing I don't like about this phone, how it was built, the sides aren't real aluminum. They look like it, but it's just it's just plastic. As you see right here, I scratched it already. Let's try to get the camera focused. I have a little nick there, which is just a pain in the ass. I really don't like that. On my Amaze, if you look at the review, the entire back of the Amaze and the frame comes off in one piece, so you just buy a new one. This, on the other hand, if you want to change the frame, you would have to buy a whole new phone, basically. $169 online, you get the screen and the frame, which is a real pain in the ass. I don't like that at all, but hopefully I'll never scratch it anymore. That's why I'm going to get a case. Real quick, let's just go into oh, that's right, turn the phone off. When you turn it on, you just see how great the screen is. Just when it turns on, it makes lots of colors and lots of sounds, which gives you a quick example of the phone itself. As you can see, the blacks are still the exact same as they were when the screen's off, which is still incredible. I love that so much. You get a little Samsung logo and a T-Mobile sound, which I have the sound off right now, so you can't hear that. Android ice cream sandwich startup. You guys can't really see it on camera how great the screen is, but I'm telling you, it's the best screen I've ever seen. One thing I really like about this is if you see these light up buttons at the bottom, when you turn the screen off, or when they turn off themselves, there's no marking that they're even there. And even in glare, I can't see a single even outline of where they were, which is great. It's not like that for the black ones, I believe, or the pebble blue. I think white's the only one that actually does it that well. But then again, I haven't seen any of the other ones yet. Oh yeah, from the lock screen you could scroll up and start up a few of these, any application that you put down there, which is fully customizable. If you're thinking of getting a new Android phone, I can't recommend this phone enough. It is the best phone I've ever used, and it comes for every company, which is great. It's very complicated though, so if you're new to smartphones, I still recommend getting it though. Just go to, if you're new to smartphones and you don't want it as complicated, just go to settings. Keep on turning off by accident. I really don't like the side lock button. Just go to settings, scroll down to home screen mode. Where it says basic mode at the top, click easy mode, apply, and OK. Alright, I don't know why it's not going home. Alright, TouchWiz Home has stopped. Never had that before. I guess the phone still has a few glitches with ice cream sandwich. But anyway, you have the whole easier setup similar to a Windows phone. It has everything at your fingertips, and you can set it so it tells you stuff. Like you have quick contacts at the bottom there. All your apps right here, the most used apps, settings, everything's right at your fingertips, which is great for someone who's new to smartphones. Keep on mixing up Siri and this thing. If you double click, it opens up S-Voice. If you hold down the button, it opens up last used apps. Switching it back to basic mode. And that's really everything about this phone itself. It's just incredible. Out of 10, I would give it a 9.5 just to give it room for improvement. Oops, voice crack, that's weird. I'll be doing a full unboxing soon and a multiple case review and a few giveaways, including this phone might be given away also. So just subscribe and like, and you'll be automatically you'll be automatically put into any giveaways I ever have. It just send you an email if you win, and just keep watching the videos. Every time you like a video, adds one more chance of you winning. Sorry, I'm really tired. This is really early. And this is my little quick case review. It's the Body Glove something or another. I have no idea what the name even is. I'll leave a link in the description for it. It's a 3-piece case. First here you have the plastic piece, which has nice soft material inside. I believe, yeah, it's a felt-like material. Just lay your phone and it protects your back from being scratched, which I really like because most of them don't even have that. And you have a built-on screen protector piece. It snaps onto the front, which I'll show you why it really pisses me off right in a minute once I get this all put on. Then you have this nice looking rubber case, because the back and side slides on nice and easy, snaps into place with these little nubs that it goes over, so that's how you know it's all on. and you have the dust-proof auxiliary port and mini USB. One thing I really don't like about this built-on screen protector is you're not really able to see it now, but after using it for like a day or so, it makes little bubbles of it's actually sticking to the screen itself. Like if you got water under this, you'd know how it gets that weird bubbly look to it. It's like that, except you can't rub it out. It's like there's bubbles in the screen, but you can't rub it out. You have to take the screen protector off and then put it back on. It's really annoying. It's actually just this sticking to the screen itself. If I push on a little bit right now, put some more pressure, so you can start to see at the top. That's just... But honestly, this is great. As a nice... This is what this is called. It's called a lay-on table design. Lay-on-the-table design, which prevents the screen from touching the table when you have it like this. It also applies to the back if you have a bezel. If you have one to bezel, if it has a lay-on-the-table design, it also applies to the back, which the camera doesn't touch the table clearly. That's really all I can think of to review about this phone. This is an incredible phone. Just, if you're thinking about getting a new phone, get this. There is no other option. This is the best thing you can get. The only phone I would even think of getting over this is the HTC Evo 4G LTE, and that's just because I'm a huge HTC fan. Yeah. Well, that's everything. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Whatever you have to do. Let me know if there's anything you want me improving. I'll be getting a new microphone soon, so you don't have to worry about audio quality. Just fixed my tripod, that's why it's up above the camera now. It's still wobbly and glued together and horribly built. But hopefully I'll be getting upgraded soon. So stick around for more giveaways, everything like that. I'll be giving away this case soon because I won't be needing it. I'll be getting a new one. And I know a lot of you like the extra protection, so just stay tuned, and I'll probably leave a link in the description once it's uploaded. I'll see you guys later, and thanks for viewing.